This is a Squiz podcast. We're your shortcut to being informed.
Squiz Kids! It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Good morning and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Friday, August 5. In Squiz Kids Today, a good day for the environment. Meet Bandit the guard cat, our ballet boy from the bush, and why Batgirl is bat gone. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
There was good news for the environment yesterday when a new report revealed coral has been growing back on the Great Barrier Reef, while down in Canberra our politicians took an important step in the fight against climate change. Let's start with the reef first, where a group of scientists announced that coral has grown back significantly in the northern and central parts of the Great Barrier Reef, which is excellent news for sea creatures who rely on the reef for a home and for your grandkids who might one day want to visit and enjoy one of the natural wonders of the world. While the scientists said the news was good, they also warned that the reef is fragile and lots of work still needs to be done to protect it, including putting the brakes on climate change, which recent history had shown was having a devastating effect on the health of coral. Luckily, for the reef and for us, thousands of kilometres to the south in Canberra, our federal politicians seemed as if they were listening, passing legislation in the House of Representatives that would commit Australia to reducing greenhouse gas emissions by at least 43% by the year 2030. The legislation, or law, now has to go to the Senate for them to sign off on too. If you've got yourself a good brain and love science and maths and inventing things, right about now would be a good time to think about a career in renewable energy technology. Just saying. And if you want to brush up on the House of Reps and Senate and how our system of government works, check out our excellent 4-part kids series, The Sensational World of Civics, Making Democracy Fun. Truly. There's a link in today's episode notes.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Mississippi in the United States, where Bandit the cat is being hailed as a hero. You've heard of guard dogs before, right? But what about guard cats? Because that's what Bandit is being hailed as after she helped prevent a robbery in the house she shares with her human, an elderly gentleman by the name of Fred. When Bandit heard burglars trying to climb through the kitchen window, she raced into the bedroom where Fred was fast asleep, jumped up onto the bed, meowed loudly, and scratched at his arm until he woke up and scared the intruders away. Bandit is a rescue cat and was adopted by Fred 4 years ago. $10 and a tin of whiskers says Bandit was just paying Fred back for the kindness he showed when he adopted her. Because, you know, cats are thoughtful like that.
Pop Culture Corner.
DC comic fans were shocked yesterday when Warner Brothers movie studio announced that it had cancelled the upcoming Batgirl movie, after having spent $90 million filming and editing it. Batgirl won't be released in movies, and it won't even be released online. Batgirl, my friends, is bat gone. Now, you're all logical people, so you're probably sitting there thinking, wow, that movie must really have been awful. But apparently it wasn't. When movies aren't quite as good as a movie studio hoped they were going to be, they're often not released in cinemas because executives think they won't make more money than they cost. So instead, they send it straight to a streaming service because that's a cheap way to release a movie and make some money back. In the case of Batgirl, though, if Warner Brothers doesn't release the movie at all, reports say it can claim all $90 million spent making the movie back on tax. Holy tax loophole, Batman.
Squiz Kids salutes.
And today it's a great big Squiz Kids salute to 17-year-old Zai Calliste, a ballet dancer from Townsville in far north Queensland who has sautéed, pirouetted and arabesqued his way into one of the most prestigious ballet schools in London. Zai, whose mum was a professional dancer and is originally from the Caribbean, says that he thought of giving up ballet heaps of times growing up in Townsville, where most boys played rugby league or soccer. But he loved to dance. He was really, really good at it too, and so he stuck at it with his mum and dance teachers' encouragement. And now that perseverance has paid off, having beaten thousands of other boys from all around the world to be offered a place at the English National Ballet School. It gives me all the Billy Elliott vibes to hear a story like that, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the link to the Billy Elliott movie trailer in today's episode notes. Oh, and of course, there are links also to photos of Zai dancing on stage also in today's episode notes. You're very welcome.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What's the name of the guard cat from Mississippi? Yeah, that's right. Its name is Bandit. Question number 2. Which movie won't be released in cinemas despite $90 million being spent filming and editing it? Yeah, you got it. It's Batgirl. Question number 3. What sort of dance does Townsville teen Zai Calliste do and excel at? Yeah, you got it. It's ballet.
Shout-outs.
It's August 5. Today's the birthday of Aussie tennis player Alexei Popyrin. And it's also International Beer Day. But that's probably more for me than you. It's also a Friday, and you know what that means. Lots of birthday shout-outs, for which we'll crack out the old birthday reggae tune. Hit it! And it's a happy birthday today to Suhan from Queanbeyan South, Talon from Yarrawonga, Freya from Murwillumbah, Sarah from Cannon Hill, Rosie from French's Forest, and Taj from Queensland. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Charlotte from Brisbane, Maddie from East Hills, and Rory from Sydney. And celebrating a birthday over the coming weekend are Blake and Parky from Craigburn, Grace from Bombala, Quinn from Western Australia, Lorenzo from Highton, Cameron from Doubleview, Sulija from Ashmont, Louis from West Beach, Charlotte from Glenbrook, Jackson from Fadden, Ethan from Forest Lake, Olivia from Albury, Inari from Pullenvale, and finally Finn and his mum Lucy from Woolloongabba. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again on Monday. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.